Alrighty, good morning, welcome to another venture with Savage One Adventures. Today we're doing a bit of a school hour mission. I was trying to get out early today, do a bit more searching around. I was going to go south, checking out reefs around Cape Elizabeth, but then my little birthday girl turning 5, I don't know, she had a bad night. I think it was just too much sugar and too much cake and didn't want to sleep, so I made it hard to get up at 5:30 in the morning to get out. So we're doing school hour on today. So she's just going to school, go out. I'm just going to try and get a feed of whiting. If that happens quick enough, I'll check out some reefs on the way back. But yeah, just bumped into, I don't know if you can see the boat behind me, Tom from Hughes Fishing Charters. So I might team up with him, help each other find some fish. Shout out, so if you ever want to do a charter out here, Tom from Hughes Fishing Charters, he'll put you on the fish. He helps me out, so it's always helped. Then he rings me, like if he needs, like the other day when I did some adventuring, like trying to find some salmon for his customers, so he can go out, get them a feed of whiting and then go and chase some salmon or tommies or whatever the customers want. So yeah, I help him out like that. He helps me out with finding the fish sometimes when I've got a short time frame. So it's always good. Alright, I'll yeah, turn this off until we find somewhere where the fish want to play. Alright guys, so I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to try these TT bait holders with a stinger hook with these Z-Man worms, but I don't think they're going to work out here. It's a bit rough. It's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something different. So just pulled up on the first spot. Sounded looks pretty good. I'm going to treat it like a bait. People can laugh at me because when it doesn't work, but let's try it. You never know. So I've got cockles out. I'm going to do one rod with cockles, and then I'm just going to stick this on like a soft plastic. Don't know if that's going to be too big, but let's see. We'll try a couple of different ways of threading this on. Oh, that's too much. As you can see, I'm a bait fisher. Putting plastics on is not my forte. That probably doesn't look real nice, but we'll roll with it. So that's the thicker bit, this is the thinner bit. And I reckon I'll just leave that like that, just dangling. See how we go. We'll flick that on the passenger side. Got my friend the bird. Swear they just follow me everywhere now. Stick that in good old Rodney. See what happens. So I don't know if you can, yeah. Tom's just over there, Hughes Fishing Charters. He's got I think he's got 4 guys on today. I actually tried ringing him yesterday just to see how he was going. A few cockle shells for a bit of burley. That's all you need. Plastics just jig around. Probably should have put some scent on it, but oop, almost got the bird. Still a bit bumpy, Eddie. I don't know whether the camera will pick that up. That's not me being drunk, that's just the boat rocking. Got some action, guys. It's on the bait, and literally I'll just turn the camera off just to rig up another rod. What do we got? It's not a bad fish, pulling a bit of drag. Oh, it's not a bad whiting to start off with. Get that one in the first fish of the day. 45. We're on again. This one's another good fish. Hopefully the wind noise on the back camera is not too bad, but today we're catching snook. This guy's bigger than the first one. Have a cracking size of that for a whiting. There's another 46. It's not a bad start for the day when you put in two mid-40s. Still nothing for the plastic. I should probably be sitting there jiggling it. I'm not jiggling the bait, that's just sitting there. It's a competition. All fair and love and war. Alright, I'll give the plastic a bit of a jiggle. Oh. Oh. Thought I had a fish on, but it was just stuck around some weed. So remember, I got the soft plastic red worm looking things on the hooks. After fishing with that other rod, this feels like a broomstick. Alright, let's put that back in there. I reckon this got an inquiry whilst I was playing with the other rod. Oh, something took me into the weed. May have been baited. Still got fish on the sounder. Are we on? Or was that just the weed? It's really like kelp weedy here. So with the rocking and rolling of the boat, keep hooking up weed. Fish are down there. Bit of cockle. Sorry guys, I was just having a snack. That always brings the fish on. There we go. Another monster. Dealing with big ones today. He's 40. Not as big as the other two 45s and 47, but not bad. That's another one for the bait, and that was sitting in the rod holder because I wasn't playing with it, holding it. If I get my bag limit out here, I will go in closer to shallower water and have a bit of a play around with the proper jig and yeah. Still not real nice out here. It is meant to calm off this afternoon and tomorrow, and I think the weekend's meant to be killer. But I'm going to try and sneak out on the Saturday afternoon after Ellie's birthday party with her school friends. See how that goes. So I'm just working the soft plastic, give it a few jigs, see if that little red worm gets some attention. Maybe I should have put a red one, and I got some like motor oil colour there for brim. Alright, literally rebaited, threw it in, was about to put the rod down, bang, straight on. Another decent fish. Oh, oh, another horse. This is nuts. I can't even get my hand around him. I need to hold him with the rag. We're fishing for monsters today. Can't even get the hook out of him. There we go. Oh, just slapped me in the 48. Alright, see you mate, bye. It's always the way. Get a phone call and get a bite. Whoop. Sea leg Richard. And I'll get this phone out of my hand. Whoop. Feels like another good one. It's pulling a bit of drag. Yep. Another monster, and he's hooked up to one of the other lines. This is going to be fun. See if I can't get a hook in my finger. So it's hooked there, hooked there. It's lassoed with see how we're going to do this. There we go. Is that a bad one? It'd be 40 odd. Oh. The horses have knocked out my bloody plug. Get that filled back in water. Alright, so I've currently got a, just call me tangles today, tangle there and no bait on that rod, so I'll bait that one up, throw that one in and sort these two rods out. I'll get back to you. Alright, so I was just sorting out the mess. Got one rod in. So I've given up on the soft plastics for now because that just made a having that floating around. Another good size whiting. Yeah, I've given up on the plastics for now. I'll just over 40. I will give them a better crack. On the way back in, I'll go into a shallower depth and we'll actually give them a, I'll put them on a nice light rod and rig them the way they're meant to be rigged, instead of just being, I don't know, being a bait fisher and just sticking them on a hook and hope they find a fish. But rod was just doing something weird, so I thought I'd just check the bait. He was just sitting on it. Just having a good old chew. Didn't pull drag, didn't do nothing. Bit weird. Another good one. 42. There. Literally, rod wasn't doing anything. I just thought, oh, that rod hasn't done anything for a while. I'll just check the bait. There was a fish on it. You know what it was? I opened a can of Coke. Cheers, guys. It's definitely not a hot bite. Definitely. They're coming in slowly. And it's just like, do you leave to go and find fish, or just wait because it's not really the tide time that I would like? About another half hour, I reckon. Tide's just turning. Because there was pretty much no tidal movement for the first couple of hours this morning. And then I think I only need 2 more fish for my limit of 10. Alright, I'll turn this back off because every time I turn it off, a fish bites. Fish on! Just enjoying watching the cricket on my phone. When the bite's a bit slow, might as well just take it easy. Not bad. Even dehooked himself. So this is what I'm sitting on. So there's lots of fish there, they're just not biting, or the odd one is here and there. Just waiting for the tide to get going and then they'll fire up. That's the plan anyway, but that's what we're looking at. So why would you leave that? If they're not going to bite, nothing else will. Tom went adventuring, couldn't find anything that wanted to play either, so he's come back to there where I am. But yeah. Alright boys and girls, I reckon we've got our 10th one here. Pulling good. Another monster. Alright. We'll call that a day for out here. We might go in, it's about 12:30, so I've still got a bit of time before I have to get in to pick up Ellie. So I'm going to tidy up here. We'll go in close to a bit closer, a bit shallow area. I might try that TT whiting system, something different. Stuff around, see if we can get one on that, see if that works. Yeah, get back to you soon. Alright guys, I've just come in close, pretty much where I got those salmon trout. last time out, but I'm gonna, yeah. So I've rigged up one of these TT wiring system. Yeah. So that's the head and the hook. So the assist hook, I guess, just like, yeah, attaches to that, and that goes back. I think the idea of it is it like sort of sits and stands up, but who knows. I think some plastic fishing's a bit like lures, it catches more fishermen than fish. But it's taken me a good 5 minutes just to try and get that worm on, which isn't still probably perfect. And then yeah, time I stuck that little hook in my finger a couple of times. But we'll stick it on a rod and we'll flick it around. I'm just in there, shallowish water. I think that's the only problem with these jig heads. They're only 1/8 of an ounce. So where I was in 10 meters, they'd be no good. In here it'd be alright, like it's only a 1.5 meters deep. But yeah, we'll give it a go. Give it half an hour. There's a fair bit of weed in the water. Like I've already had to actually use my anchor instead of the Minn Kota, because the Minn Kota just got choked up with the weed floating in. Yeah, but yeah, we'll give it half an hour. Nothing exciting happens. I'll call it a day and go and wash the boat and pick up Ellie. But yeah, we'll chuck this on and yeah, see what it can do. I'll be alright for flooded, like just dragging it along maybe. I don't know. We'll give it a go. Well, as I said, heaps of weed around. So this might be, give it another crack on a different day sort of job. Now I got a tangle. Try again. The seagulls like it. They keep trying to have a crack. Yeah, it's even really need a really light rod, so I'm gonna probably, oh, this is on my 1 to 3 kilo rod. But I've seen other guys on YouTube videos like smash whiting on them, but I reckon if you just hit a bunch of whiting that are on the feed, you put a turd on a hook and catch them. But no, I think I'll call it a day there. Alright guys and girls, we'll call that the end of the episode there. It's just too much weeding close to have a fair crack with the lure and even with bait or anything. So I'm just starting to head in now. I'll try again. I'm going to try and get out Sunday, so in a couple of days. Today's Thursday. I'll try and close and try those plastics again, some shallower water. But it's hard when you want to go out deep and catch big monster whiting. It's hard to come in close and catch little ones. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure you like and subscribe. I've got there, I think I've said it before, like probably 75% of my views or watchers aren't subscribers. Now they've changed all the rules for YouTube. You've got to get like your 800 or 8,000 watch hours and your 1,000 subscribers before you get monetized and see a red cent from YouTube. Currently at 600 subscribers, which is killer. Muchly appreciate everyone that does watch. Yeah, hopefully I would like to try and crack the 1,000. Then I might be able to get some money for doing all this instead of just out of my own pocket. For guys that don't know, like just because you put stuff on YouTube, you don't get paid for it until you get what they call monetized. So 1,000 subscribers, then you're 4,000 plus, but there'll be 8,000 next year watch hours, like on your channel, before you see anything from YouTube. So yeah, just because you make YouTube content, you don't actually get paid. It actually costs you lots of money the time you buy fuel and cameras. And yeah, my next probably big purchase will be a laptop to help with my editing, because I still do all my editing on my phone, which is pretty easy and basic, but I do miss stuff because I'm looking at it on a little screen on my phone and not on a laptop. So I'm always eager when I do post a video to watch it online or on the TV, because then I go, oh shit, should have edited that out, should have edited that out, should have added something there or something. Yeah, so but it all takes money. Cost of living doesn't help, so yeah, we'll get there slowly. I'm always back at the ramp, so I probably should pay attention to what I'm doing. Wash the boat down and then go and get Ellie from school. Have a good afternoon.